Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 113, day 6. So today, of course, we're going to be doing Purple Guild War Day, but we're also going to be going over all the spoilers for the week, and there are some pretty juicy ones. The most noteworthy one is one you could already see in game. We got the Summer of Love event starting in, well, about 7 hours from now. So, yeah, that's right around the corner. It's coming in with some pretty cool armors, we'll go show that too. Go dig them up from the files. I've already looked at them earlier one of the other streams, and they look pretty cool. It's like a mix of like a water fire related armor. But before we get into all that, let's go over all the normal stuff. So first things first, the official post going over it all, Dominion overall event, where Dominion will be coming into the game. Epic troop. It ends up doing some damage to an enemy, and if they are a daemon, it'll deal triple damage and then cleanse itself, aka useless. Pretty much. As far as the world event is scored, we will be basically just doing rarity order. I don't think any of them are getting extra. No, just the variable number. But yeah, none of them are getting extra, so just don't take the Twisted Hero, and you'll be good to go. They have, once again, changed the world event team, as they've been pretty much doing. Not world event team. What did I say, world event? I mean, gosh, what would you call that? The name, the mode has a... The mode has a name. Trials. The trial changes at the end of making it. Literally says it right there. But yeah, also it doesn't say the team anymore or whatever it said earlier. But yeah, the trial changes, they basically fixed up the team as they generally have over the course of these. So that's nice. We'll actually have like a coherent build that is not going to be completely useless. Definitely not one of the stronger ones we've had, but it'll definitely get the job done if nothing else, so that'll be nice. Aside from that, of course, as we mentioned, we do have the summer event going on. Summer event, probably the biggest thing we have going on next week. For the most part. World event, we just went over. Holiday event is what that is. We're going to be having a 2-week... 3-week. Oh, no, 2-week. I think the reason it says 3 weeks here is because the 3rd week is when you can spend your points, but the event itself should only still be 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure. Unless they're doing a special extension, but this is technically only 2 weeks, not 3. The only reason it shows us 3 is it technically lingers around for another week, but you can't actually participate in battles during that time. So it's still the same thing. Faction, we have ourselves... everything's related to that of Whitehelm. So we have Hall of Guardians, one of the earlier ones. That one actually already has its deep delve too. Wednesday we're going to be getting the class event for that, which should be Priest. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Wednesday being the pet, which is the Peace Pigeon, which is divine bonus. But you know, if you need to still get it, really good bonus. Thursday is when we're going to be getting the Priest event, as I mentioned. It's somewhat usable. It's mostly used for its +2 yellow, which is very situational, but can come into play. And this Friday we have a faction event where we'll get a new deep delve, which will be for Sunken Fleet. So that will be nice. Does the troop actually do anything, though? Which is a good way to check. Let's go all the way back, because there's a couple things we're going to need to go all the way back for. Mostly to show some of the summer things. But first things first, let's see the one coming out this Friday, which should be the one... where'd it go? Lost track of it. Where'd it go? Should be right there. So this is the... Is this the right one? Should be. Yeah, this is the one that we're going to be getting for the new Deep Delve, then. Let's see, let's bring up its thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. It always puts it in a new little tab thingy. Even if you don't click it, it'll still end up doing it that way. Why won't it put the link in? There we go. Alright, so, the new one coming in, the Drowned Captain. Do you do anything relevant? It is a brown-red 12 mana cost. Choose an enemy, explode 5 of one of their mana colors, and it knocks them to the back. That's not going to be usable, unfortunately. Song of Bones, summon a Bone Storm, and start a battle. Yeah, that's just useless. It's unfortunate. But that's the new Deep Delve troop we're going to be getting for that. The other thing, though, if we go bring this up, this is for the summer event. So let's go over all the summer event stuff real quick, since we actually know what all of it is before it's out. So let's start all the way from the top. And why on earth will it not let me paste? Oh, and now I pasted it multiple times. I would like just one, please. All right, so the Forenza, she's the main legend we end up getting from the summer event. She is a 16 mana cost. Green, purple, deals magic +1 damage to all enemies, so standard AoE. Boosted by fairy... oh yeah, fairy fire gems. Oh! Did they end up changing this? I don't think she had this earlier. Ooh. So fairy fire gems, this is new. If I had to guess, it is probably a red gem, though it could be green. But yeah, it's probably a red or green gem, probably red, that will fairy fire a random enemy when taken. Ooh, that has potential. and it creates 1 Fairy Fire gem when its turn begins. They definitely changes. There's no way this was its ability earlier. I could have sworn it was something substantially weaker that made it completely irrelevant. But no, that's actually good. It has Fairy Fire capabilities off of its ability, and Fairy Fire capabilities off of its every single turn that goes by. The biggest issue I could see with this is that... Oh, no, sorry. It's just boosted by Fairy Fire Gem. She doesn't get to create them off her ability. I was going to say, because she doesn't have any extra turn potential there, so if she's creating a small amount, it wouldn't really matter. Never mind. She only boost ratios from it. She does not actually create them. But it's still kind of fine. And she ends up summoning a Summer Knight. Summer Knight's actually pretty tanky. It's a yellow-red that gains barrier on cast while gaining some durability and attack damage. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's a natural tank, so being able to consistently summon a tank, not horrible. Actually reminds me a lot of a non-board control version of Christinix. Since it kind of does like a AoE into a summon kind of thing as well. But she kind of does it better because she's Fairy Fire. So interesting to see how this will pan out. You will need some kind of way to constantly get those Fairy Fires though. But yeah, being able to have a Fairy Fire option like that, very, very, very strong to have. So curious to see how that pans out. But yeah, cool. So the triplet that we're going to be getting, actually useful. Aside from that, oh gosh, I hate that it goes all the way back there every single time. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let me just put that there and I'll put all the links into there then. So there are a few other things I want to go show real quick. So that's your troop. Of course, we're also getting a pet for it. Pet is the following. Should be this one right here. Yep. And, oh, it's a gold. Oh, this one gold version actually makes a lot of sense. Some of them seem kind of weird, but that one makes a lot of sense. So we have the sunflower, and then we have the golden sunflower. Yeah, this one probably makes the most amount of sense of any golden version we've had so far. But yeah, you just get a golden sunflower for it. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's definitely one of the better golden ones, as it actually makes sense thematically. Ooh, a new bird? What is this? This isn't coming out soon, but... Ooh, I like it. Oh, it's come... Wait. Oh, wait, what? When are they doing the Adana, Oh, wait, that's around the corner. Ooh. This isn't next week. But 2 weeks from now, we're having an Adana, Legends Reborn, I believe it's called. Gosh, there's too many events of names. But yeah, I believe a Legends Reborn event for Adana in 2 weeks. It's kind of cool. They've gotten a lot of things in the last couple months. Of course, the other month they got the whole rework, which buffed Tesla and most notably did not nerf Ironhawk. But yeah, that's the pet that we're going to be getting. Cool little sunflower, and it gives a boost. Well, the gold one doesn't. The gold one's cosmetic, but the non-gold one gives you a boost to the legend we just went over. And aside from that, there's also an armor, which we're going to need to dig for the files because it's not an easy way to get there currently. So what we're going to have to do for this is go to graphics. Somewhere's here. Gems of War graphics. So somewhere's buried under armor is the new armor. Luckily, it should stand out enough that we'll see it almost immediately. So if we go to avatar, actually, should be under this section right here. There we go. Okay, there's the female version. Open a new tab. Let's see. There's the male version. Open a new tab. And where are the hats? Hats. There's the... Wow, this thing stands out like crazy. I really like the design. I was mentioning this a while back, too, and we're finally getting it. So yeah, and they actually made the legend good, too, which is kind of cool. Yeah, here's the... actually, let me get the female design next to female design. This should be both the females, yeah. So here's the female body for the summer armor. There's like a flower theme going on, a water with fire kind of theme. Really cool. And here's the helmet to go with it. And here's the male version of the same thing. Still has a little flower pattern, has a little thing on the hands. I think this is exposed skin there, I'm pretty sure. Which I don't think the female version has, oddly. Oh, no, it does. Because wherever you don't see anything over there is just where the hand will be for the model. And there's the male version. And the male hat to go with it. Even has little eyebrows of water, I just noticed that. Gigantic eyebrows. But yeah, it looks really cool. Honestly, this is probably my favorite armor to date. And we're definitely going to be using it a lot. And you'll be able to get it pretty much for free during the event. You might have to spend about 50 gems per day if you want absolutely everything. But you could target basically any one thing for free if you didn't want to spend any gems. But realistically, the best way to do those events is to throw down 50 gems every single day and just be able to get everything. Anyways, hello everyone! Hello, let me start all the way from the top. Hello Bill! Hello, Koos, YouTube. Hello Supernova. Hello Mary. Hello Humberto. Hello George. Hello Logic Slayer. Hello Isabel. Hello Supernova. Hello Cookie. Hello Crisp. Let's see. Hello Logic Slayer. Hello Tyrion. Hello everyone else. Welcome. Okay, so what are we doing today? We are doing Purple Guild War with the team that we went over at the end of last night's stream. And then we'll finish out any other events if there even is anything to finish out now that I think about it. No, we're actually already done. Thank you, Guild. We're already done with Invasion. We already claimed the stuff for World Event earlier. So that's done too. And now the only thing to finish is Guild War. Last I checked, we were in the dead center of this bracket. Or in this thing. Apparently not. We've moved down some. Can we move down a little bit lower? It's actually better if we go down to bracket 5, so we could just destroy bracket 5 rather than like hover in the middle of bracket 4. But anyways, how are we doing? We scored 9,006 something yesterday. We're running a slightly weaker team of the one we ran earlier. I did end up just opting for the Wild Queen build again. But this time we're doing it with Zolgoth. This in theory will give us less points, but if it goes quick enough, it won't really matter. So that's the goal pretty much. Hope we go quick enough and see what value we can get from there. We are set to magic right now. There's an argument to be made that we really don't need magic. I think we might actually get more value from seasons or something similar here. So you know what, we're going to end up switching it up. We'd also go cleanse metals, but of course we're about to bless so quickly that to a degree I don't think we really need it for the most part unless we get just really unlucky. Though if they do have a lot of curse, it could be worth considering, as while stun does stop you from being able to trigger an Orpheus medal, curse does not. Because it basically counts as a trait in a sense. But curse doesn't stop your traits, it just stops your immunities. So you can still get away with it. Oh, also, we're not actually losing against them. Once 2 of our guildmates do their battles, we are actually slightly winning. As long as we don't fail too badly here. Anyways, purple day, all purples, everything purple, purple, purple. Okay, let's go fight. Don't think we need to change anything else up. Just a Wild Queen team with a bunch of blessing curse. Hello, Jamie! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Maximus, welcome as well. Alright, let's see what we can do for this Guild War today. And then we'll go hand out a redeem code and mess with something else. I'm not sure what we're going to mess with, though, after that. Other than Dailies. Oh, no, I missed! Oh, that's bad. Luckily, we have the Bless. So we do have an anti-book. I love this for anti-book so much. Normally, book would have mana drained our whole team there. And now we don't even need to worry about it. Though I'm still going to be frozen on this because the other one got hit by it. That's unfortunate. But let me go re-bless so we can unfreeze. Luckily, no, it didn't land again. Oh, we're getting really unlucky. Just don't die, don't die, don't die. Barely live. Come on. No! Wild Queen, you got this. Oh, we are going to instantly lose. Wild Queen, no! Zolgoth, you got this. Oh, it's already dead. Wait, he still infinite booked us. Oh, wow. First battle, we're already going to get demolished. That's pretty much Wild Queen in a nutshell. This is why I stopped using Wild Queen. Pretty much. You miss even one time, you just auto lose. Good old Wild Queen. Did the Wild Queen even get to cast, though? I'm not sure she did. But this is why we were tired of using Wild Queen. She has 2 options. Score like almost 9,700 or lose like twice. There's almost nothing in between. And this is one that we should easily win. We'll go get the web. Get our bless. Actually, extra turn for once, please. Thank you. No, it still did an extra turn. So unfortunate. We're going to take that because it's almost guaranteed going to die. Amazing that it doesn't. We'll go for hero there. Obviously, book being one of the most annoying things I have to deal with here. So we'll get rid of that immediately. I don't have any good attack steal, so we're just going to try for that. Wild Queen did indeed land extra turn. Thank you. And we'll go for one more bless, and that should be good to go. We throw down another Wild Queen, and that should hit with enough skull damage that just dies. And is dead. Let's see. Hey, welcome to your Guild War that always happens. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it was the Wand of Stars that technically missed in that situation. But normally you get so much value from the Bless that it doesn't matter. Like, we still got immunity to 4 times, Oh, I probably should kill that one first in case he goes crazy. Luckily he didn't. But, we still have immunity to 4 times, mana drain when he does it. Which made it so we still had all of our mana. And then we cast it and then we missed. So the first miss didn't matter. The second miss mattered a lot. Which tends to be how gem spawners work. Where, like, you can get away with missing once, potentially, but if it goes twice, you kind of just auto-lose. Especially if they use the mana. Which in most situations they would be, especially on a color day like this, like on Guild War kind of days. Alright, it's a pretty good Wild Queen setup right now. We'll go for you, because you're the only thing left to even steal attack from at the moment. They've all been neutralized. We'll kill Book. I'm surprised. No one's running stealthy in their guild. Also, how is it that we lost to the easiest potential fight in the entire guild? The very first one that has the lowest amount of stats. Yeah, stats matter in Guild War, but gosh, do they matter so little? Because what was theoretically the easiest possible fight is the one we actually lost. He's the one with the lowest stats, or likely overall lowest stats. Would have been the first one, because of how the stats scale as you keep going deeper. It's the one we actually lose to, and the only one we're probably going to lose to here. Also, thank you for the continued support, Chad. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Let's go for a Wild Queen in here. That should be match. Why is no one running stealthy in this guild? Making this a lot easier. Okay, we'll go for this again. I think that was a miss. Yes, it was. Do we just go for mana? No, I'm just going to do it again. What's the worst that can happen? Do that, get all of our mana, throw down Wild Queen, steal the last of attack, and that is match. If we just take double skull, that should be enough. Oh, wait, I miscalculated. He survived with 4 HP. Technically 7, the burn. Did the other little bit. Okay, fine. Well, Wild Queen again. And that is match. Let's see. Was this on track for 8,000 something, though? Because if it was, that means it would have been track on for 9,006 something. It would have been! No! If we didn't lose the one, it was still on track for 9,600 plus, as Wild Queen normally does. But the problem is, Wild Queen also normally loses once, which kind of invalidates any amount of points it would have gained. Which is why I normally go with the safer builds. Like the ones that score like 9,300 or so, but they don't tend to lose. Because, like, this would have been on track for 9,006 something. But if you're losing so much that the extra little bit doesn't matter as much. Well, there we go. Well, we did a lot of 4-1s this week. Kind of unfortunate. I think, yeah, we did half the battles were 4-1s. Half for 5-0, half for 4-1s. Not ideal, but not too bad given that that was the first time we ran any of those teams. They were all wand teams, every single one. The whole premise of what we did this week was every single day we ran the new wand weapon. And I think it has grown on me as my favorite weapon in the entire game now. With how versatile it is and all the mana it can accumulate. Because it accumulates every mana. Has 4 times Bless, 4 times Curse. Fills the gap of a lot of things. Particularly for Curse. Particularly for Bless. Like for Curse, it covers a little bit. But there was already so many Curse options that it didn't really help that much. But for Bless, there were so many colors that just did not have access to Bless or a viable option for Bless. And now every single color can 4 times Bless. Which is really good at countering Book, but is also just good for, like, everything. You just don't have to worry about mana drain. You don't have to worry about stats effects, which, you know, elementals these days, very heavy. You don't even need to worry about the stun on it either, unless they're running Curse Stun. And to a degree, you don't even need to worry about Curse Stun, because as long as your Bless is up preemptively, they still have to curse you twice to get through. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Though do keep in mind, you will get stunned in that situation. If you're blessed and they curse and stun you, if you're not immune to stun, you will get stunned. However, if they do it in inverse order, you would be fine. If their order is like stun and then curse, their stun would be protected against bless, and then the curse would just overwrite your bless. But if they're just cursing, that's not going to do anything, because it'll just cancel out your bless. Though it can also work the other way around, where if you're not blessed yet and they curse you, you have to bless twice to get your bless. Who's going to be Paragon? Not us. Honestly, even if we went 5-0 there, I don't think we were. There's like 2 people ahead of us. Who is our Paragon? It looks like HP Herm, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, what did we score overall? Yeah, 52. Oh gosh, we went way lower because of that. Oh no, Kuz actually got 55,000. I think it's Kuz. He only lost 1 day. Yeah, seems like it. It's 55,000 something. Not sure where we are and all that. It looks like we're pretty much going to be in Herald there. Somewhere's in Herald. Did he really just beat me by 1 point? Remember yesterday when it looked like someone was like 5 off, but it was actually 1,005? Well, here's exactly 1 point off. 52,633 and 52,632. Go figure. And we both had same win streak, obviously. 5 5s, or 3 5s and 3 4 1s. But that's really funny. Literally 1 point off. Well then. Anyways, so another news. Yeah, the skill war for the week. I really enjoyed wands. Definitely highly advised getting it. Oh, I didn't claim this earlier. Really? Meant to. Could have sworn I did. But anyways, okay, so, other things. Let's go clear our dailies real quick. And I guess we'll go grind, I don't even need these anymore. I guess I could go overwrite them. Well, I'll keep it open for, if we need it for the other thing. Let's go standard magic here. Alright, so, next order of business. Let's go clear our dailies real quick. Oh yeah, let me hand out a code first, though. Said I would after Guild War. We'll probably hand out a second code in a little bit as well. Especially if we get a perfect here, right? Also, hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Hello? Can we get it? 3 in a row? No! Oh, I got us again. Alright, oh, I'm already on the right team. Perfect. Alright, let me go handle the code while it's loading. Here you guys go. Enjoy. Let's see. Let me go to the good old code section. Grab the code from here. And there goes a little bit of resources. Right there. Okay, so where were we? Let's go Leprechaun everything. Good old Leprechaun. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the summer event. That armor that we're getting is definitely my favorite armor that's currently within the game. Like, Dragon armor is pretty cool, but it's been around for, like, forever at this point. Like, it's been around for what? Yeah, 9 years, because it came in 2014. So, it's 9 years old, that armor. The Dragon armor set. Death Knight had a good bonus, but I was never a huge fan of its design. Like, I didn't hate the design, but it definitely wasn't one of my favorite. I think my second favorite was probably the Archer one. Like, the one you literally start with. But that's a really cool one. I've been enjoying the new designs they've been doing for the armors. I just wish they would do the same thing for hero classes. Like, give us new hero class designs. Because now we're getting a bunch of armors, but we're not getting anything new to put the armors on. Like, we still have the same base models from literally when the game launched. They haven't really been adding new ones, which I really hope they do at some point through the exact same system. Because that'd be great, because they're basically free. Anything that ever comes in through the seasonal events, with how they have it set up, is essentially free. With like an optional $10 buy-in, which just gives you the max pet and some more sigils to do everything for everything else. But you can easily get all rewards just with 50 gems per day. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, never mind, I still did the right one. Perfect. I forgot, if you spam click a choice option, it'll always do the first choice. Which is very convenient if the first choice is the better one. And one thing that makes Wand even stronger, guess who has a good first choice? Good old Wand. Because more often than not, you actually do want to do the elemental stars. The main reason being they have a higher extra turn chance. You're creating 6 of something that covers 4 colors, rather than 7 of something that only covers 2. You're getting way more value from the 6 that covers 4, as far as extra turn potential. Like, yes, you're getting 1 less gem, but the chance to extra turn is substantially higher. Hello, Insane Gamer! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a perfect today. But in all fairness, we don't really need more Dragonite, so don't really need a perfect to a degree. It's still great to see if it was to ever happen again. Feels like it's been a little while. We didn't even get to play Guess That Door. Okay, we'll throw that down again. Pharynx can actually hit pretty hard. Mostly because the scales based on his armor as well. Oh, I just realized I'm using my Guild War team right now. Wait. I didn't even notice that till just now. That's not my normal Zolgoth team. Wow. I just saw that Zolgoth. I saw Zolgoth, I saw Leprechaun, and it was like, oh yeah, that's the right team. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice that till the final battle, that is actually the... oh, free diamonds. Nice. 7 free diamonds. But I didn't even realize that was the one we ran for Guild War. Hey, 2 of the 4 were correct. This is the same premise. Just in a slightly different build. Anyways, there we go. Alright, what do we have on the... not campaign. Oh, also, tomorrow, other than doing all the stuff for the summer event, I will also be able to go over the new mythic. When we're covering a video for it, it'll probably be later in the week. Probably next weekend, if I had to guess. We'll probably cover it on the weekends. But, yeah, this guy is kind of bad. We'll be going over him tomorrow night. Maybe he's better than it seems. Who knows, maybe they're going to do a shadow buff to him between now and literally 6 hours from now. But, yeah, he doesn't do anything special. The Deathmark gems in general just didn't really get that many options. And this mythic isn't really doing it any good. He doesn't have that much mana accumulation. It's very situational. It's only when he gets a kill. He doesn't have a better effect when he gets a kill. His true damage isn't even enough to one-shot. He does have a few death marks here and there, but, you know, there's a billion things like a death mark. If you truly want something that does, like, damage with death mark, you might as well just do, like, Lord of Slaughter or something. But yeah, he doesn't have much of a use case, unfortunately. Even in a pure, like, HP buff team, I don't really foresee it really being used, which is very unfortunate. But, yeah, he's coming in tomorrow. Well, technically on 2 weeks from now, but, you know, Bigger Pass gets him tomorrow, so we'll mess around with him some. But we're mostly going to focus on getting that summer event done. Get the new armor. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get the new troop until later in the week. But I'm curious to see exactly how it pans out. I don't know, maybe we'll rush the troop immediately. Well, actually, yeah, we would rush the troop immediately. I normally do. Oh, no! That means I'm not getting the armor till next Sunday. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, we are going to rush the troop immediately so we can get it by, like, Wednesday or Thursday or whenever it was. But that means we don't get the armor until Sunday. That's fine. Anyways, what are we doing? Let's go do adventure board. Anything good here? Ooh, gems and a key. Not bad. Let's just run... I don't know what do we want to run. Let's go this one. Also, why have I not renamed these yet? Any thoughts on the new White Helm player and enemy trial team? I went over at the beginning. Basically, they shifted into a true damage team, didn't they? Which, that definitely makes it easier, but it's definitely not the easiest we've had. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait. It was a true damage team. Wait, with the epic trials happening this week, we wanted to give a team that would perform better at higher levels. We also changed the enemy's team too. Oh, wait, I thought this was the other way around. My bad. I thought this was our team. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Wait. That's actually really bad. Priest of Light, High Paladin, and Topaz Giant. That's really bad. We have to depend entirely on Paladin's damage. Because Paladin has better DPS than High Paladin, last I recall. That's bad. Yeah, the enemy got a better team. I thought this was our team. Oh no. Because I was like, oh yeah, we'll be able to just Moloch, Lady Sapphira them down and chip them over time. But no, that's the enemy's team. And even have an armor buff when we're running all physical. Oh yeah, that's gonna be really bad. What's Priestess of Light again? I actually completely forget what Priestess of Light is. Let me check after this battle. What is Priestess of Light? Because if that doesn't save it, we have a really hard one next week. Hold up. Yeah, I read it the wrong way. Priestess of Light. Priestess... Gosh, how many things have Priestess in their name? Of Light. Destroy a column, bury a random ally, and give them a bunch of armor, boosted by yellow gems destroyed. You don't even get to choose? Oh, that's really bad as well. Yeah, this is a horrible team. This might be the worst reworked one we've ever had. We will be changing the player team for trials in White Helm to the following. Yeah, that's so weird. Like, we do have Paladin and High Paladin. Paladin's your main carry. He does 1 billion damage, based on armor. He used to be the meta when the game first launched as well. But, yeah, he's not aged that well. Rowan is just vastly superior. He's kind of like single target Rowan, but half the damage is essentially what you can consider Paladin these days. Which means you're losing a lot of damage to overkill a lot of times. And you can only kill one thing at a time, unlike Rowan that can wipe entire teams simultaneously. You also have half the boost ratio. You only have 1-to-1 rather than 2-to-1. So for every armor, it does 1 damage rather than 2 damage per armor. And this thing does like a half the version, which is why I was saying Paladin generally does more. It deals damage to the 2 strongest enemies, boosted by its armor at a 2-to-1. So it technically has the same boost ratio as Paladin, but Paladin has a slightly higher base damage, meaning that as long as you're not overhitting, you're technically getting more damage out of Paladin. Plus Paladin has air link, so it gets up easier. Whereas this has a 2 higher mana cost and has no link into itself. But yeah, that's going to be really annoying. You have to depend pretty much entirely on Paladin for all your DPS for this event. Which is not horrible. That's what you used to have to do when the game launched, pretty much. Maybe not always, but it was a good like early game, mid game kind of team. Back when that was like one shot and everything else. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Because that is still a decent amount of damage. If you get an armor buff onto them, that's even more damage. It's definitely one we'll have to mess around with to see. It's definitely not one of the easier ones, that's for sure. It will actually be somewhat challenging, this trial. Because that is far from an auto win. I'm really concerned at the higher levels, because the biggest issue of things that boost based on armor is when they take armor damage. And at the higher level range, you are very likely going to be taking damage on those battles, because they're going to take so long. And that, I think, will be the biggest liability when doing them. It's just the sheer amount of damage that you end up taking onto your armor, which, of course, lowers down your damage, and then you kind of just auto-lose. Like, there's going to be a lot of times during this next trial where the main strategy... Also, yeah, we'll be doing the trials tomorrow, by the way, though maybe not all of them, because it's going to take a while. Because the biggest issue with trials is you're going to have to reset a ton the second you take too much armor damage. Because there will become a point in the battle where you essentially auto-lose, because you have lost so much armor that you can't possibly come back from it. Of course, there is the fact that they're doing mostly true damage, but also... oh, no, never mind. The one doesn't boost ratio based on armor. But, okay, that's fine then. Yeah, they're primarily doing true damage, so most of their damage isn't actually going to reduce your damage. But, of course, if they are doing true damage, you gaining more armor is not keeping you more alive. Which, you know, a few hits, especially at the higher range, you're dead. Possibly 2 hits. Depending on your stats, even 1 hit. Though that one thing does have barrier, but you don't get to choose if the barrier goes on, so it could easily keep being wasted on herself, or your first slot or something. because you don't actually get to choose the target, which is going to be really bad overall. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see to test around with it, though. But it's definitely going to be it's going to be the hardest reworked trial we've ever had yet. I wonder if people in the forums have been mentioning that. Let's see. Because I'm not on the actual post. I'm on the one on the website. We want the feedback. The reason I normally don't bring this one up is for whatever reason it doesn't want to work on the Steam browser. Even has text up there like, hey, you probably should use a different browser. Let's see. It should be this one, I would assume. You can see the text a bit better here. Let's see. What are people mentioning about it? Old trial team was Templar, Hoisting, Astra, Paladin, and Priestess of Light versus Archon Statue, Archon Statue, Moloch. Wait, was that really the enemy team last time? No. Let's see. Yeah, is the new team's actually worse? Let's see. It is. The player team is worse. Yeah. It's funny that supposed to the trial was let's see. But yeah, they literally made it harder this time around. Not sure why, but they have managed to do so. But was the previous team really like 3 Archon statues? That's kind of crazy. Why on earth was there 3 Archon statues before? Wait, can I actually see that now? Did it change retroactively already? Do we still have like 3 Archon statues here? Wait, really? Why? And we had Holy Saint Astra, which was a way better buffer. But why on earth was this the enemy team? But yeah, oh, this was the OG Templar Paladin combo. You know what? Let me do these battles now. Because it's going to be easier to do them now than later. Yeah, let me go do all these battles right now. Hold up. Wait, it's a quick sidetrack. We're not doing the other thing. Let's go do trials. It is actually easier to do them now than it will be later. Obviously, we can't do the new 5 right now. We'll have to wait till tomorrow. But it is actually quicker to do these 5 right now than to wait. So we'll do it right now. Alright, I'll take Paladin, because he's our only damage source. But luckily, he's a really good one. Actually has proper support. Unlike the new team that it gets. Alright, most of these casts we're never going to click. We only look for 2 things. Skulls and click Paladin. Or click anything that gives Paladin mana. Alright, Moloch, you're not really that big of a threat. Though your mana drain's probably the most concerning thing. Is this constant mana drain over and over again. But yeah, I guess we're doing an introduction to the trials. Slightly how it's going to be ran next time, though not quite, because the team right now is better than what we're going to have tomorrow. But it's kind of the same premise. Basically, keep spamming Paladin until you win. If Paladin gets hurt, then restart battle. It's still the same strategy. It just this gives you way more options to feed him mana and armor. As well as HP, oddly enough. Something that the other team doesn't actually have. And I was kill out the Moloch. Let's see. But yeah, this is the first time they made a trial team worse. Oh, I could take it to Brown for free. Whoops. Guess we still got it by the end. I sent him a Paladin there. Also, why am I not running armor right now? You actually get more oh, no, actually, that's not true. Oh, no, it is true. Yeah, you do get more damage from running armor. So let me go run armor. The main reason for this is... Actually, let me go 20% armor. But the main reason for this is... he has a 1-to-1 on magic and a 1-to-1 on armor. But this gives you 8 armor, whereas magic only gives you 4 magic. So he's technically getting twice as much damage from this. Not because of his boost ratio is any different, but because you're getting more armor overall from an armor token than you are magic from a magic token. Anyways, let's keep doing trials, because I don't want to have to do these with the weaker ones. So a little glimpse of trials next week, except this is nowhere near the team. The only similarity is that you're going to be spamming Paladin every several seconds. But the actual survivability of keeping Paladin alive is way worse on the new team. Though you do get a second damage source, so if he does die, at least you have a second one. Though generally, if he's taking too much damage, it's already over. Because you're losing all your damage. Let's see what this can end up doing. Yeah, that's so weird. She does it to a random ally, and that random ally includes herself, which is a very useless unit for her to buff. It's not even like random ally that isn't herself. It's literally random ally, so she could just greed every single one of them potentially. And only get it on herself when she should be hitting one of the other 2 paladins. Because there'll be 2 of them on the other one. Of course, there's only 1 right now. Look at this! She's doing exactly what I said! She just double buffed herself. Is she gonna triple herself? I wouldn't be surprised. There's no limit on how many times she could do it on herself. Please, do it on someone else. Come on. Okay, finally. Though that's not a good one. I need to hit the paladin. Luckily, it'll be 2 paladins for it to hit next time. Or, you know, for tomorrow. But still, it's not ideal. Not ideal at all. It's the first time where the trial team is actually going to be harder. So do your battles now! Let's see. Of course, you can't do all the battles now. You can't do the 5-story battles. But you can do any battles preemptive to that. No, my mana! I needed that mana! He's my entire team! Come back! Let's see. What am I supposed to do? This is the only thing on our team that does any damage. Which I guess is one of the reasons why they changed it, but still, they could have changed it to be way better. They got rid of all the good supports. But at least they put a second damage there, so we don't have to depend only on a single paladin. Though in all fairness, even on the other team, we're going to depend pretty heavily on that singular paladin. We're not going to use high paladin nearly as much. We're going to have to, because, you know, eventually stuff will die. Oh no, personally, I do like trials still. I do find them fun, the challenge of them. I still feel like the stats scale a little bit too high. And some of the team choices for them are just way too weird. This one being one of the more noteworthy weird ones. I think the biggest issue is how much they're actually going to buff the enemy team. Why on earth there was originally 3 Archon statues here, I have no clue. But, it's going to be a huge buff now that their team's going to be coherent. Like, you literally have a better chance of winning if you had the enemy's team than having your own team. Which I think has been the only trial so far where the enemy team has, like, a definitive better team than you. Like, a lot of the other ones were like, okay, they're kind of even, or yours is, like, very much better. But this is one where it is hands down the enemy has a substantially stronger team. Not this one, but the one that's actually going to be changed to tomorrow. Okay, we'll go for this and hope we get lucky. Go, luck. Can you hit anything other than yourself and Templar? As those are the only 2 targets you've gone for in, like, 7 casts. Oh, good, well, you do have alignment there. Honestly, this is dependent entirely on Templar. The meta at one point was Templar, Paladin, Paladin, Paladin. That was the legitimate meta at one point within Gems of War. And it's kind of sad that they didn't do that for the trial. Like Templar, Paladin, something, something. Even if they went Templar, Paladin, High Paladin, and something else. Because we don't even get to have Templar in a new team. They got rid of it. They replaced it for, let me find a non-broken version of this. But they replaced it for, this. Yeah, they put Topaz Giant there instead, which you don't really need. But yeah, they could have put a Templar there. It could have been Templar, Paladin, High Paladin, and something that isn't Priestess of Light. And that would have been fine. It wouldn't have been ideal, but it would have been fine. But yeah, they got rid of the Templar, Paladin combo. The OG, like, almost first meta team. Not the very, very first in the game. Though it did have a pretty long running. Or, not long, but back then it was kind of long. I think it lasted for a couple months. But you have to keep in mind there was a lot more balance patches at the time. So lasting for a couple months was, like, years in current state of game. Let's see. We'll take that. Hope we get lucky on it. We did not. Oh no, my mana! I need that. That's our only way to damage. Until tomorrow. Or we also get access to High Paladin. Ah, there we go. Okay, do we have one more fight? Yeah, we have one more fight. And then we have 5 to go do tomorrow. A very annoying 5, but 5 nonetheless. But yeah, definitely make sure to do your battles now, if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure most of you already have, I haven't, so... there were several kingdoms I just didn't bother doing it on. As they kept doing updates, expanding over and over again. Changing the system. And changing the system even more, as we still keep getting changes to it. As this team will be completely different tomorrow, both this one and that one. Yeah, we'll go for it. We kind of just... I guess the strategy might be a little bit different. The strategy tomorrow is going to be... probably High Priestess first, or High Paladin. And then whatever High Paladin touches, you kill with Paladin. So you do it in that order. Alternatively, you could do it the other way around, where you Paladin the biggest threat, which will probably be Moloch, realistically. Which I have no clue why I'm not targeting Moloch now, as he's really, realistically, the only threat on that entire team. But he will also be the biggest threat for the trials tomorrow and all next week. So you might just want to go all in on Moloch with Paladin. Hope High Paladin cleans it up. And if not, just keep going Paladin until Moloch's dead. As Moloch's mana drain is probably going to be the most annoying aspect of the battle. Because most of the things on the enemy team aren't that bad. They're going to be replaced with stuff that's better than Archon Statue. But most of it isn't particularly good. So as long as you just clear the Moloch very quickly, and then just chip everything else down. Like, you might want to kill all the true damagers first, most likely. It's probably going to be the strategy for the trials this week, once it actually gets changed to the other team. Kill Moloch first, kill Lady Sapphira second, and then, what would you even have after that? And then you would just, yeah, and then just Templar Archon Statue, which isn't going to do much. Then you go all in Archon Statue, and then you eventually kill Templar last. But yeah, order would be kill Moloch, kill Lady Sapphira, kill Archon Statue, then kill Templar, in that order. And you'd focus it with Paladin. Hope high Paladin assists. Priestess of Light is like a backup button in case you need like a little bit of mana for something, or you want to try to barrier on one of your good troops. And Topaz Giant, I actually forget what his Topaz Giant even does off the top of my head. Topaz Giant is that the Reflect one? No, because that's a different kingdom. Which one is Topaz Giant? I actually completely forget. Oh, so we just took damage there. I think it's still good enough to go. There we go, perfect. We'll try one of these. We'll do it right there and hope for a yellow. Didn't get it. I'll take the other yellow. Poke him very hard. See if we can get it again. Skull poke us, it's fine. Take the yellow again for free. Dead. Let me double check something. What's Topaz Giant again? Oh wait, is that the one that mana accumulates? Why do I completely forget what Topaz Giant is off the top of my head? We've used him before. I don't recall him being particularly good, which is probably why I don't remember him. Topaz Giant. Deal a bunch of damage to an enemy, then convert 5 purple gems to yellow gems. Oh, that's why I don't remember him. Also, it's the Topaz Giant. Why do they only have Topaz Giant here? Really? No wonder why I got confused. They forgot the word the. How could they do such a thing? They forgot to put the Topaz Giant. No wonder why I forgot what it's called. It's like saying, Lord of Slaughter instead of the Lord of Slaughter. Anyways, what we're doing. We cleared that, Is that all the battles? Let me double check. Okay, good. We have completed trials until tomorrow, where we're going to have to spend like an hour doing trials. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish trials tomorrow. Our team is actually worse, so we'll see how it goes. Luckily, Paladin and High Paladin, if they don't get damaged, is going to do a lot of damage to the enemy. The problem is them not getting damage. Luckily, Topaz Giant's at least a little tanky, so it has that going for it, but oh no, it's still going to be pretty unfortunate. And one of the few times where they've actually made the trial harder rather than easier. Anyways, you know what we haven't done for a while? Let's go do 12% chasing with a Diamantina team. Just move everything up to Explore 12, and just bring out a one-shot Diamantina team and just clear out every Explore 12. Something we haven't ran in a while. Alright, go over there, go over there, go over there, click that one. And, yeah, we're just gonna one-shot it all. I believe it still has kill range, right? Let's see, we'll take that over. Grab, wow, where's all the purple? The struggle of using Thrall. Finding that one purple on the board for 10 turns in a row. Negating any speed he would have ultimately given you. I literally have to go to my way just to purple just so I can go for the buff. Because we need that buff for damage. And then we take that. Oh, wait, that's not enough at this range. Never mind. We still have to double Diamantina cast. That's fine, though. As long as we get mana quickly, it won't really matter too much. I forgot. The one-shot range only goes to, like, what, 9? 10? Doesn't actually go all the way to 12. Do I even need to use the thing? Might not need it. Let's see. I haven't run Explore 12 in such a while. I was like, oh. I don't remember. Luckily, double Diamantina will always be enough. Honestly, we might as well structure a whole team around double Diamantina at this point. Which we did in the originally. We had a double Diamantina team. I think this team's still actually even called double Diamantina. It's just a lot of times you get so much benefit from Emperors that's just enough to cover it. But this is actually one of those situations where an actual double Diamantina team might be a little bit better. But let's see. Does double Diamantina no buff kill? Yeah, it does. Which means... Let's go run it real quick. Clear out this team. We've replaced this team like 10 times this week. Let's go double Diamantina. Diamantina. Do this Leprechaun Thrall. And just put it with like all-in mana. I put a Thrall in there. And then we put that over there, and then we put the banner to... Honestly, the banner's kind of already correct. Yeah, no, we need double purple just in case. Purple, green. Let's do purple plus 1 green, -1, anything doesn't really matter. Minus red is fine. Alright, that'll be the team. Let's do that. Still called the World Event team. That is very much not for the World Event. Well, let's see what this could do. We take that down. We throw Explode. Actually, yeah, we throw the Explode. The other one needs full mana before you cast the first one. Oh, I forgot to take the 5 times first. Also, Thrall, how are you not at full mana? How could you do such a thing again? Alright, we'll take the blue down, get the other thing down. Let's see. We'll take that. No extra turn, unfortunate. Also, now that I do this, because they have 10%, they're actually not going to die. Alright, fine. We might have to do it the other way. It'll work out better that way anyways. Because we need to control how much damage we have in case we do find a 10 or 20% location. Okay, we'll run the one version. Not that one. The other one version. Catch you later, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Because this controls how much damage we can do. In case they do have a little bit more durability on a given fight. Also, Thrall, please get mana already. Okay, we'll throw this down. Hope it doesn't fail. Should be enough greens. So we do that. Get the Thrall. Get full mana. Cast, win. And I'll just ensure we can control our damage to the right range. And we'll just do it that way. And this allows you to scale it to any range you need and then just start casting once you have it. Which is a lot more convenient than running double Diamantina a lot of times. As you have very active control over your damage output. And you can bring it up to any range in the entire game, even literally max stats of 1,000. It'd be a bit slow to do so compared to insta-kill, but you could. Bring it up to that range, double shot, and then you're good to go. I just realized he has the mana drain gems. It's not ideal. That's not ideal. He's just gonna keep draining us over and over again. That's actually a really annoying unit. Luckily you don't face it that often, but still. It is a mythic. That's a lot of mana drain. They haven't been doing much Explore 12 lately. I just keep chasing 20%. Hey, Golvania's for once, yeah. Might as well. Always good in doing Golvanias. I feel like, I'm not sure why, but I still have a habit of always clicking Golvania whenever I, like, initially test a team. It's a habit from a while back, but I still do it to this day. Help me, you contacted, Cookie Clicker, Clickinitis? Oh gosh. You've fallen down the rabbit hole. Oh wait, I'm taking purple as if we still need it. Oh no, that's not good. I must just retreat. Because we're not at the final battles yet. Retreat and say no. Which you can also just click off the menu to say no. Right, go for the good old leprechaun there. Thrall, I need you to not die this time. Alright, good. You didn't do the dying thing yet, though you're about to. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. Stop trying to think about it. You're making the battle go so much slower. Stop thinking about it. Stop it. Okay, good. And a smash. Keeps trying to get obliterated by skulls. Which is an issue. He doesn't have any kind of durability. And while he doesn't take that much damage, he does technically damage himself every cast. Back in the day, 2 damage used to be a lot more and actually made him, like, unusable. Nowadays, 2 damage means he has taken 0 damage. Pretty much. I actually kind of forget that's even a mechanic on him some days. Because that was supposed to be like his downside to kind of keep him a bit more balanced. Also, we destroyed way less gems back in the day. But compared to how much magic we have now. But that was kind of like his balancing act. Was like, oh, he deals 2 damage to himself every time he casts. And now 2 damage is, what, 1% of his total HP? Like 1.5% of his total HP is taken every time he casts. Whereas back in the day, it would have been closer to like 10 to 20-ish% of his HP. Like when he was first released, I am pretty sure he took upwards of 15% of his max HP per cast. Maybe closer to 10%. Because stats by then would have been in like 20, 30. So yeah, he was taking roughly 10% of his total HP as damage every time he casted, back when he was first released. Now that percent is like 1.5% of his max HP. Which is quite a difference. I just realized I have no way to get past that submerge, other than hoping we randomly get a skull here. Oh, well, that's a lot of skulls. Well, we didn't just get one skull. Got a whole cluster of skulls. And the reason we're doing 20% chasing, even though it caused us to have to fight some slightly annoying teams, like right here, we're going to be up against like 1.5 billion submerges, which is not as ideal for Diamantina. You do get that 20% extra shards, and it does stack with the 10%. So we're getting 30% extra shards per battle, which brings us to like 90-something per battle, which unfortunately it is impossible to go all the way to 100, but it's still a really nice number to be able to get from it. I'm going to need to take the purple. We'll take it away where we can deny skull. We're going to go for this and hope we extra turn. Perfect. And then we swipe it out. We do that. Oh, I should have just buffed again. Well, we'll double cast. Doesn't matter too much. And there we go. Hey, it even extra turn, even though we don't really need the extra turn anymore at this point. In an arena, Thrall is garbage. Yeah, basically, if you want to know how Thrall functioned when he was first released, draft him in arena. That's basically what Thrall was upon release. Not exactly so, but pretty much. Like, that is near identical what Thrall was when he was first released. And one of the reasons why he was never considered that good initially, until the last, like, couple years or so. Like, the last 3-4 years when he really started to get picked up in usage. Because upon release, his state in arena is basically his state upon release. Where it barely destroys anything. It hurts himself. And there was literally no incentive at all to ever run him. And nowadays, he's pretty much the exact opposite. Where he's one of the strongest mana accumulators to ever exist in the entire game. With essentially no downside on his ability. And he even gets auto extra turn for 13 plus red. As if he didn't already do enough. Hey, a merchant. I wasn't really hunting for these, but sure. Oh, no, not those, though. Well, let's go add it to the total. Let's see. That's a 0. That's a 1. And there we go. Oh, you guys can't see it. There you go. I'm like updating the numbers if you guys can see it. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see. Throw that down. Oh no, the neighbor's dog is barking and it's making the dog bark now. She's actually been pretty quiet today, surprisingly. Normally she like whines at the door. She'll do it literally all day. Like she literally just curls up in the ball by the door until my mom gets back. She gets like so depressed when she's not here. And I try playing with her, feeding her, bringing her out for a walk. And, I don't know, she just does not want to cooperate most of the time. Kind of just, like, lays there like a stone. Whimpering and barking occasionally. I go take that one over. Well, the main reason she keeps laying there is because she keeps getting tired from barking so much. Like, she literally tires herself out from barking to such excess that she just lays there tired from barking. Quite a crazy dog. Oh no, I would never want to get a dog. If I'm ever getting a pet again, it's going to be some type of bird or a cat. I can't see it being anything other than those two things. And to some degree, I don't even think I would want to get a cat at this point. I've had a couple in the past, and they were fun, particularly Persian. Persian cats are amazing. But I don't know, I don't feel like I would want to deal with a cat specifically. Like, it's kind of like a dog, but different. So I think if I was to ever get a pet again, it would be a pet bird. And I have had a couple of different birds in the past. I've had a finch before, or whatever you call that red-cheeked little yellow thing. But, that kind of looks like a Pikachu. But, I've had one of those. I also had a rooster and 3 chickens. And I believe that's it. I've seen a lot of parrots before, but oddly enough, I've never actually owned a parrot. I don't think I would want one. I don't think I would want a bird that can speak like a human in any way. Because that would just be kind of weird. Because they don't actually speak. They're just like mimicking noise and doing chirps that sound exactly like it because they can. Because all birds kind of do that. It's just some of them could do it to like any noise. Whereas others are just like, you know, chirpy. Like you can kind of do that with any animal. Like, you know, you can kind of get a dog to kind of make a noise that sounds like the actual human word. Even though they're physically not capable of doing so. Because that's the thing with a lot of birds, is technically all of them could. A lot of animals could. But they audibly can't, like, functionally make those sounds. But some birds can. We need a weapon that summons Darkstone troops. Do we not have one already? Don't we have an explodey Darkstone weapon? I would have thought by now we do. Though I kind of just assume we have all of them. Also, why am I accidentally doing this in Explore 1? I just realized. I meant to boost this up to Explore 12. And I'm currently using Explore 12 team on Explore 1. Whoops. I thought I changed it. Apparently not. Go do Adana. It's because the dog knows I don't like dogs. I don't know. Dogs have always hated me. I think in the past they've hated me because I smelled like cat. Because I used to own cats. And I'm not sure why they currently still hate me. But yeah, I've never seen dogs not hate me. Unless they're just chill dogs that just don't care about anything. Those never hate me. But they don't hate anything. Let's see. We'll take that over. I need yellow. I'll take blue. I need something that feeds directly into it. You're missing so many Darkstone weapons. I believe we have a Darkstone event somewhat soon, don't we? Like in the next couple months, which is technically soon in Gems of War time. As it was a postman in a previous life, how so? Oh, what do we need here? I'll take that one down. Fortunately, not enough green extra turn, but luckily the skull AoE does. What's fun about this team, and I wish more troops in the game had this functionality. Every single thing on this team, even the ones without board control, have an extra turn chance. Thrall has 2. He has it from the destroys he does, and he has it if there's 13 plus red, it's guaranteed. This has it based on how many greens are on the board. This one has it if it gets lucky, based on exploding all the greens. And this one has it based on how many skulls are on the board. All of them, regardless of if they have a board control or not, and one of them has 2 different ways, have a way to extra turn. And I feel like troops like these, or what like almost every troop in the game should be like, to make them actually viable. Because there's so many that aren't, because they don't have those secondary effects. And if they just simply got them, they would like instantly become viable, or at least usable if nothing else. Whereas a lot of them just aren't even usable, but they're just so bad compared to the alternative. And it's a pretty easy fix. You just make sure every troop is like this. Where there's always at least one way to extra turn, even if it's low. Like imagine if Thrall's only way to extra turn was if there's 13 plus red. Which you don't need to imagine. Queen Titania is literally that. And Queen Titania is good. Like that's all she needed to be good. If Queen Titania was just the AoE damage, she'd be near irrelevant. But combined with Fairy Fire onto 13 plus red, giving her extra turn, it has made her usable. And there are so many troops like that, that, you know, if they just got that little bit extra, they'd be, you know, Queen Titania, where they're not like the entire meta. But, you know, they're worth using occasionally. Especially for Fairy Fire in her case. But even if she didn't have Fairy Fire, she would still be usable just off her ability alone. Slightly less so, but still usable. If they just made all troops like this, it would fix things so much. I highly doubt they would ever rebalance every troop to be like that, but they could release new troops that are more like this into the future. They've slightly happened over time, though, not to enough of a degree. Like, we already see the Mythicus coming out tomorrow. That thing's horrible. It has no follow-up at all. The only thing it gets is if it gets a kill, it'll explode all, like, the 3 Deathmark gems that are on the board. Like, it does almost nothing. It's kind of unfortunate. Alright, I kind of want to get a good token. We haven't gotten a single good token all night. Come on, something good? Okay, in Arania, we're moving up slightly. Can we get an Anu? Alright, let's go do one more. Let's do Kedar, I guess. Kedar is already ready to go. But any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, I think we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have quite a few things to do tomorrow. The summer event is coming out. The really cool summer armor, probably my favorite armor in the game, will be available, though realistically we're probably not getting it until Sunday, because I'm not going to rush it down. Let's get it based on 50 gems per day. Aside from that, we will try to do the trial. They basically made trials harder, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, we'll see how that pans out, as they are literally making it harder rather than easier for once. Hey, second merchant. Anything good in this guy? Nope. Unfortunate. Come on, we got 2 merchants tonight. Both of them are completely nothing. They're both just food. 10 colored food, which honestly isn't horrible if you still need color food, though we are beyond the point of needing pet food. And they've mentioned in the past they weren't really planning on adding anything new to use pet food on, which is kind of unfortunate because, yeah, there's just nothing to use it on. You reach a certain point where, like many currencies in Gems of War, there's just nothing to use it on. You just get there and then nothing left. Oh, you know what? I should have taken that purple. I was considering it. Now we're in a weird situation where I would have to take a skull to get mana, and even then there need to be 2 purples next to it. Oh, we got enchant though! Never mind, we can work with that. And then we throw that down. There we go. We never did hand out a second code. We never really had anything to hand out a second code for, is the only problem. Let's just hand it out right now, because why not? End of stream code. Everyone who stayed the whole time. Here you guys go, have a code. Let's see. Random code. For code's sake. Because we still have quite a few to use this week. Honestly, we can hand out like 2 for every single day until Jetto gives us more codes. And we will still have codes left over, I'm pretty sure. We actually have a bit of a surplus for once. I'm not sure why. Was I not handing out as many on some days? Pretty sure we've been handing out the normal amount we've always been. We had a lot of spears this month for some reason. Maybe she gave me more than normal, but I'm pretty sure it was a 50 count. And it can't be that there's less days in this month, because this day is 30 days, which is pretty much max. Obviously 31 is max, but you know, 30 is pretty much max. Alright, we'll take the purple over. Get a Thrall in there. Get a buff. Come on, get more extra turns! I need them. Also, Set that Warrior, I feel like it's one of those troops that is insanely good, but almost never used. Mostly because by the point... Like, there's so many other things that can assist with armor buffing, that he's just never really needed. He's also a physical version, so you can't do like the Tesla route with him, which I guess is one of the other reasons he tends to like almost never get used, especially after a Tesla buff. Like, there's no point in like slightly buffing a Rowan when you can just go all in Tesla, unless you're building like a pure green team, which I think we did for one of the teams the other day, like last week or this week or whenever it was. We built like a Setai Warrior Rowan team. I think it was for like the Tuesday faction event last week or something. But he is really strong. It's just, it's very situational when you'd bring it out. You'd have to be under like a certain color restriction for it to really be worthwhile. Oh yeah, I might have still had some extra Kafka codes. That might have been what happened, true. I might have had spare Kafka codes, which made it so the Jetto codes lasted longer. Okay, we got 2 Aranias to end it on. That's not horrible. Though we didn't get a single Anu nor a single Nisha. Though in all fairness, I kind of need the lower rarity ones anyways. Obviously, higher rarity would still be better because those basically are lower rarity, but you can use on anything. However, of course, because of how the tokens work, we can kind of use some of the lower ones as well. Even though it is always better to get higher rarity rather than lower rarity when it comes to them. But anyways, guys, I think we'll end it here. Tomorrow, we will be doing several things. We will be doing the... Not that. We will be doing the trials for Whitehelm. We already just did up to 200 because it's easier right now than it will be tomorrow. They're actually making it harder tomorrow, so if you haven't already gotten to 200, make sure to do so before tomorrow, as it will take you even longer if you wait. Aside from that, we're going to have the summer event starting. That's going to be pretty cool, quite literally. Big fan of the armor. They buffed the troop to actually be viable. They're adding a new Fairy Fire mechanic to it, so that's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, we'll mess with stuff from there. Oh, also, we'll be able to mess with the new Mythic, by the way, too. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do the new Mythic tomorrow, because honestly, it's really bad. But we will very briefly touch on the new Mythic. Maybe it's actually good and we don't know it, but I highly doubt it. It seems really horrible. Like, pretty much D-tier Mythic. Like, Def would be better. Lord of Slaughter, substantially better. Like, honestly, pick a random Mythic that has a Def Mark mechanic, and it is better than this troop. Literally just throw a dartboard at literally any of them, and it is probably better than that one. It might actually be the worst Def Marking Mythic in the game, because its Def Marks can backfire on yourself. I always mentioned Mummified King as like one of the worst troops in the game, because it applies Def Mark to your own team. It deals damage to an enemy and then Def Marks a random ally, not random enemy, not the target and a random ally, specifically a random ally, making this actively the worst troop in the game as it can kill out your own team. Now imagine that, but a Mythic. That is basically what this new Mythic is. It's just a lot more words, but this horrible troop that is arguably the worst troop in the game is literally just a stronger version, or weaker version, depending on how you look at it, of the Mythic we're getting. That does the exact same thing, but on a massive scale, where it can Def Mark your entire team instead of just one. So instead of Def Marking one ally, it can Def Mark all your allies, though it does itself have immune. But instead of Def Marking one, it can Def Mark all your allies, and it doesn't have enough to one-shot, similar to the other troop. It has more of a boost ratio than the other troop, but ultimately still can't one-shot. And then it only does something when it gets a kill. It doesn't even do it automatically. Like, if it was explode all Def Mark gems by default, and then had, like, some massive great ability when it got a kill, like, it got auto extra turn and all of its mana back on kill, like, then it would be usable. But, yeah, it is so bad. Like, even if it got, like, 75% mana back in extra turn, so that its explodes could have a chance, like, then, you know, it could kind of be usable, but, you know, it doesn't. It's, I didn't even think about that until I brought up the Mummified King. But yeah, might actually be the worst troop in the game, as he can actively Def Mark your entire team. Except himself. But, aside from himself, he could actively Def Mark your whole team. Which, yeah, that's horrible. That is horrifically bad. Like, even if you Def Mark the entire enemy team, it's almost like Wish Gems in that sense. Though Wish Gems are amazing. Not when they backfire, but you know. But it's almost like that in a sense. Where, but instead of that, it's Def Mark. Where, yes, you might be able to Def Mark the entire enemy team, but at what cost? You Def Mark your entire team in doing so. That's going to be so bad. Yeah, never mind. He's F-tier Mythic. As, he might actually be one of the worst Mythics in the game now that I'm thinking about it. Because even though him himself might be immune, and, you know, some of your teammates might, what if he gets stunned? Like, there's elementals everywhere. There's curse everywhere. You're easily going to lose your immunity to Def Mark. And then he's just going to Def Mark your entire team. And then you die. And even if it doesn't, you still Def Mark your entire team. It's so bad. But anyways, yeah, we'll be going over that Mythic briefly tomorrow. Very briefly. Yeah, that's actually horrifically bad. I know, technically, he would be stronger without his final trait. That is actually true. He might be the only Mythic in the game that is actively stronger without his final trait. Others, like, their final trait barely does anything, but it still helps them. I think this is a Mythic where its final trait actually detriments your team more than it would help. So, yeah, that's a first. It might be the first Mythic in the game that's like that. Because even some other bad Mythics, at least they gain a benefit from their final trait. But anyways, we'll go over that more tomorrow. That's going to be a gigantic mess. But anyways, that's not the only thing that's kind of scuffed next week either, because the other one's going to be Trials. They made Trials harder, not easier. And they made the Mythic actively hurt your team rather than benefit it. It's going to be a crazy week. But at least we have the summer event. Summer event's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to get all those rewards. Unfortunately, we won't get most of them until Sunday. But, you know, we'll slowly unlock them, get the legend by, like, Thursday, and go from there. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Best of luck with everything. I will catch you guys soon. We'll have a weekly video up going over everything sometime soon. Hopefully early in the morning. Otherwise, we'll be up midday tomorrow. And we'll go over Soulforge. We'll go over pretty much everything we kind of went over already. Their stream. Just way shorter than an hour. But anyways, guys, enjoy yourselves. Catch you later. Stay safe out there. And have a wonderful time.